Okay, question 3 and 4. So, diagram shows a triangle. We've got one angle, two sides. Again, we don't really need to worry about uh, this information here. It's just really repeating what's in the diagram, So we could just kind of say, don't need to know that. This is important. Calculate the area of the triangle. Okay. So again, I think of area of triangle. I think of a half base times height. So to do it for this triangle, I'd need to know that length, that height. So I don't know that. If ever you see something like this and you're not quite sure, I think the best thing, just go to the front of your paper and just have a look, okay? And there it is. Right? There's actually quite a lot of formulas given to you in that 5 levels, which is pretty handy. The area of a triangle, half AB sine C, okay? So that's really good. So we don't have to even remember that. We just have to know that it's there. So if we see this triangle with an angle and lengths, we shouldn't get stressed out. We should think, okay, well, the equation is going to be there. I'm going to use it. So we know the area is a half AB sine C. Okay. So the first mark we're going to get will be for correctly substituting in. Okay. So it's a half times an A and B can just be either one. That's totally fine. So I'm going to call A 45 and B 70, and then times it by sine 129. So right away, that's us got 1 mark. Okay, just the substitution. Next mark would come with doing that properly on your calculator. Okay, and remembering your units. Okay, so if we put this in the calculator, we're going to get 1, 2, 2, we'll just round it to 4, okay, and that'll be in centimeters squared. Okay, so nice and straightforward, brilliant question. Okay, they give you the formula, we're just plugging it in the formula. Okay, so the next question, nice and straightforward again. So it's good to kind of they give you questions that kind of build your confidence a bit. The paper does get harder and harder, so this should just be nice, easy questions just to settle you down, just to kind of make you think, yeah, I can do this. If we're struggling now, it means we need to go back to the books. But these should just be nice, easy questions just to get us going. So yeah, sesame seed weighs. I'm just going to highlight that. Sesame seed weighs 3.6 to the minus 6 kilos, and a poppy seed is 8% of that. 8%. So calculate the weight of a poppy seed. So similar to the first question in the sense that it's percentages. Okay. Um, so the weight we're looking at is 3.6 times 10 to the minus 6. So that's our sesame seed. And we know our poppy seed is just 8% of that. Now this number might confuse people who are looking at it. There's quite a lot going on here. But if we said that something is just 8% of something, how do we work that number out? We're going to have to times it by a factor. Okay. Now, like we said before, if we times it by 1, it stays the same. Anything bigger than 1 is getting bigger. Smaller than 1 is going to get smaller. So we know the number is going to have to be a 0 point something to make it smaller. So then what's our decimal for 0.8? Well, sorry, I just said it. So for 8%, it's going to be 0. It's going to be 0.8. Okay, if we times it by that, that's going to give us the 8% of that number. If we times it by 0.1, that would give us 10%. Times by 0.2, that would give us 20%. Times by 0.3, 30. If we times it by 1.3 or 1.4, that's going to give us a 30% increase, 40% increase. Okay, but this is going to give us the 8% of that. Okay, and what we're actually doing there, if you were to think about the workings of that sum, we're doing 3.6 times 10 to the minus 6, and we're dividing it by 100. Okay, and then we're timesing it by 8. That's actually what this number in here is. It's just 8 divided by 100. Okay, so we divide by 100 to get 1%, and then times it by 8. Okay, so again, if you forget how where these are coming from, that's the derivation there. We've got 1% by dividing by 100. Percent just means per 100, and then timesing it by 8 to give us 8 of them. Okay, so yeah, 0.08. So the answer to that on the calculator is going to be 2.88 times 10 to the minus 7 kilograms. Okay, so again with the marking, there's only 2 marks here. Your first mark is first line of working, and the second mark is doing it correctly. Okay, now again, quick sense check. I like to leave some of the mistakes that I make in here just to show that it's very easy to put something wrong in a calculator, but as long as you keep thinking, you're gonna, you should notice it. In here, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. If I took 10% of this number, it would just be 3.6 to the minus 7. Okay, so I'm thinking, well, that seems right because I'm minus 7 and I'm just a bit smaller than 3.6. Okay, so again, a quick sense check, you should be able to go, yep, this is looking good. Right.